The Partial Breakaway Podcast with your hosts Nick and Junior and producer Vince, bringing you elite fantasy hockey information to help you win your fantasy leagues and win at life.
Episode 112 of the Partial Breakaway Fantasy Hockey Podcast. I'm co-host Junior. To my right in red is co-host Nick, and to his right is producer Vince. Finally, our last previews episode.
Team previews are over.
Detroit Red Wings and Ottawa Senators. Before we get to that, though, I will remind you to follow us on our socials: Instagram, X, TikTok at Partial Break Pod. Like and subscribe on YouTube. We've been getting a lot of traction. People have been engaging. It's the time of year. It's the time of year where everybody's excited. Hockey is back, and it's about to get real. And
Finish doing your ripping of your papers and.
We don't give free bonuses to anybody, okay?
All right, Nick, while he's muted, why don't you tell the listeners about our listener league?
All right. Well, the listener league, ladies and gentlemen, is the PBLL, which I call Pebble, and
I call Junior Bam Bam.
PBLL stands for Partial Breakaway Listener League. It is a 2 center, 2 left wing, 2 right wing, 2 defensemen, and 1 goalie setup, which is a pick'em. So multiple teams could have the same players, but you got to stay under the $35 million threshold as well. Caveat of this league is that you have weekly locked lineups. You choose your team. You could either keep that team riding throughout the entire season or make as many changes as you want every week. The changes are going to be happening on Mondays, and you could be as involved or as uninvolved as you wish in order to participate in this league. Why don't you talk to them about how to join?
How to join? So you just basically hit one of us. Well, I don't know. You started. You should end it. No, you hit one of us on social media. We'll send you the link. It's a $15 US to join.
Yeah, I think one of our posts, if you go to our profile and you scroll down our post, you'll find the link. But we'll do it again this week.
But either way, if you just reach out to us, we could send you the invite. It's much easier that way.
And if you want multiple teams, you feel courageous, you just need to let us know, DM us that you want multiple teams, because we got to enter them manually on the same email that you...
I have 3 teams.
Yeah. Yes.
I've got one so far, but I'm probably going to put a second.
Well, you have until October the 6th, I believe. That's our deadline to join the league. So we're getting a handful of people joining every single week. Hopefully we can continue that trend here and moving on up.
Well, speaking of trend, the Detroit Red Wings
It's always their
seem
year.
to be trending upwards. So before we dive in, let's take a look at who's in and who's out. Who's gone? Vladimir Tarasenko, Jeff Petrie, Tyler Mott, Peter Mrazek, and Alex Lyon. Yes, Nick's pointing to our Steve Yzerman Stanley Cup champion. Thank you, listener Rook, for that donation, I guess. Who's new? Well, James Van Riemsdyk found himself another team. Craig Smith, Mason Appleton, Travis Hamonic, Ian Mitchell, Jacob Bernard Docker, and some guy named John Gibson.
And I think that's going to be the key, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll see. We'll get
And
there.
it's very important, if ever you watch our episode and the Yzerman is not up there, it's because Junior got into a fight with his wife and she took it away from him. Just so you guys know ahead of
But
time.
we'll always have this little guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, talking about taking away from things, I guess. Our top 6.
That was a terrible transfer, Nick.
I know. Our top 6 actually has some interesting names on it in Detroit. Dylan Larkin is maybe, a constantly underrated centerman.
Steady Eddie?
Steady Eddie. Yeah, like he's number 71, and maybe he gets about 71 points per, right?
He's been, for the past 4 years, he's been between 70 and that 1 year he almost got to 80.
Yeah, that's right.
But pace-wise, he's been between 80 and 83 points.
Lucas Raymond looks like a star.
Oh,
Point per game star last year. if I'm not mistaken. He was just about point per game. I love Lucas Rabin. He's somebody that I went out in order to acquire, maybe quite early, but in decent league, which is a redraft league, and I think he's going to have another phenomenal year.
And
He's just great.
At $8 million, that's going to be a nice contract.
See, first year 57, then his sophomore slump at 45.
Cap leagues, cap leagues. This guy in his sophomore slump. In cap leagues, man, that's such a solid player to have.
Solid. Alex DeBrincat is another solid goal scoring player who kind of is a streaky goal scorer, I would say, but still continues to put up at least 30, 35?
39 last year.
39 last year.
Last 5 years, 32, 41, 27, 27, 39.
Another player that is maybe a little longer in the tooth, but still putting up points is Patrick Kane on that second line.
New contract, right?
Yeah. Keep extending him because he keeps putting up points. I mean, he's doing
1 year, $3 million.
Yeah, very solid numbers. Solid numbers. Now this is going to be interesting because the last person on this list, according to Daily Faceoff, is Emmett Finney.
Who?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I guess.
Honestly had to look him up when he was there in his hockey DB, and basically, he's 20 years old, 6'1", drafted in the 7th round, number 201 in the 2023 draft. Last year went to played in WWE. WHL, 55 games played, 84 points, which isn't too shabby. And then he went to the AHL in the Grand Rapids Griffins, 10 games played, 5 points. So, I mean, he'll be a wild card.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I look, a lot of these lines right now are because of the fact that we're still in preseason and they're testing different things out.
But if you look at the bottom 6, Nick, do you see anybody that could jump?
Well, that's what I was about to say, is that some people are really expecting Soderblom
Yes.
to jump into the top 6 this year. Mason Appleton, I mean, at this point, he's a bottom 6er. I don't really see him moving up, but Jonathan Bergen, maybe Michael Rasmussen, like I don't know. I think these guys are all bottom 6ers. Soderblom is the interesting one, and JVR, who's injured right now, he should be on this list.
Exactly. Well, he'll probably be on that first line if.
You think first line JVR?
Yeah, I think so.
Does he still have that in him?
Oh, he only averaged like 12 minutes of ice time last year.
Yeah, it's very tough, very tough. But
That's going to be, like we said with Tampa Bay last episode, it's going to be a rotation.
Yeah.
For game in, game out, from period to period. It could be Soderblom, it could be maybe Finney, it could be Van Riemsdyk, depending on the flow of the game, who's hot.
I'm very curious to see who it's going to be because defensively they have pretty solid defense.
Sorry, Nick, and forwards also. What's going to be interesting is Marco Casper, between the Brinkat and Kane.
So I was mentioning Casper before, and thank you for bringing him back to Casper because I wanted to mention, like, this guy went pretty early in our LPHL draft this year. And is somebody that I had highlighted as somebody that I really wanted because I don't know if he's going to repeat necessarily what he did last year, but he had some pretty decent numbers last year.
19 goals, 18 assists, 37 points in 77 games.
He was a player that when the Iceman picked him off the board higher than everyone else had, he was picked 8th overall in the 2022 draft.
Now, if you listen to producer Vince over here, it's his sophomore season, so he's not rosterable. Well, he had 37 points. If he has a sophomore slump, he's gonna hit 40?
What's promising?
30?
What's promising is that he ended the year hot. Like the second half of his season is where he got 26 points out of his 37. So in 40 games, he had 26 points. I mean, hot.
Look,
it's for a rookie, it's pretty good.
13% shooting percentage is a little bit high. I think mostly the elite players have 13% shooting percentage. I'm not sure Casper really fits that mold necessarily, although he was drafted 8th overall in 2022. Somebody to keep an eye on, see if this year he continues moving on up, right?
I like that third line.
Yeah, the third line looks like a really good third line.
But
I just don't see that any of them have the opportunity to be a top 6er.
No, I agree, but I feel it's a gritty sandpaper line.
Yes, and that's why I had mentioned Soderblom and Bergen as people that could maybe move up.
Yeah.
because I don't see you touching that third line. I just don't know. All right, moving on to the defense here. They have one of the best all-round defensemen in Moritz Seider.
Mm-hmm.
They have Edvinsson, who is injured right now, so he's not on this list. Ben Sherratt still finds a way to make an NHL team somehow. Albert Johansson last year came out being a more of a defensive defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bernard Docker is maybe holding the seat warm for Edvinsson to come back. Justin Holl.
Don't know how. Yeah, I think he's
Hull-
keeping the seat warm.
Hull?
Yeah,
Hull?
I think he's keeping the seat warm for Bernard Docker to get pushed down to the third line. 'Cause-
And Eric Gustafsson somehow still there. They have talent, guys. If Sandin Pelika makes this team on top of it, you know, like he would jump over a lot of these players, in my opinion, offensively. I just don't know if defensively he's there.
I wouldn't rely on him making the team. I think first of all, why sign Hamonic? You still have Hall, you still have Gustafsson. Like these are all guys that
Xavier,
you're gonna bury them and then still pay the penalty. The good thing though is that next year that's when everything's gonna turn out to be a little bit better. They got 6 guys on pending contracts. So Sherratt is his last year. Hall is his last year. Gustafsson is his last year. Hamonic, Edvinsson, and Bernard Docker as well.
What's incredible is that this team still has $11.9 million remaining on the cap that they could play with.
wow.
And that turns into $54 million by the trade deadline if they don't make any other moves. So Puckpedia, again, really good resource for that. But this team has room to add and to add legit players.
But
So
now,
it's going to be interesting.
but now, Nick, tell us why they didn't make the playoffs last year.
Well, their goaltending was absolutely very weak last year.
But before their goaltending,
No, the goaltending was weak.
yeah, I know. But their
The power play.
penalty kill 32nd.
Yeah, but their power play was 4th in the league.
yeah, but you, yeah, but
When you have guys like Patrick Kane, you have guys like Larkin, you have guys like Raymond, right?
yeah,
You're talking about a power play that could really move the puck around and has great creativity on it.
Yeah.
What kills you is
is that when every time you take a penalty, they're scoring on you.
because your goaltending was so horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Cam Talbot was not anything to write home about last year.
Nick, not only Cam Talbot, Alex Leon, Husso, Mrazek, like it was just
Yeah.
it was a carousel of goalies last year.
I think it was just average. I don't think it was terrible, but I think it was average. Because Talbot still had under 3 goals against average, still had above 900 save percentage. So it wasn't terrible.
Okay, fine, but like 900 save percentage is barely
yeah,
But I mean,
NHL quality.
just under 3.
You're talking
goals
about
against.
bottom 5 NHL quality? Yep, you hit it again.
yeah, it's because the wire. My bad. Keep going.
So, like 51% quality start percentage isn't horrible, but 21 wins in 47 games is not great.
Yeah.
But Nick, tell us,
But they're
how did they improve this position?
Well, they went out and got Gibson, and this is a player that I was hoping they would get about 10 years ago.
He was what? He must have been on the trade market for how long? Like the last 6 years?
At least the last 6 years, and it's too bad because you know what? This guy is a quality goaltender,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are saying, well, you know, he hasn't been a quality goaltender in a while. Yeah, I get it. He was on a horrible Anaheim team, but if I look at when Anaheim was actually competitive in 2015, 16, 17,
oh my gosh.
2018, 2019, he had a 917 save percentage, 926 save percentage, 924 save percentage, 920 save percentage, 914, 954. Well, that was only 3 games played, but right, he started his career, and the first 6 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, he had an absolute great save percentage, great career. And then it kind of fell off when Anaheim started rebuilding, and they've been rebuilding for a while now.
Also, injuries played a big part. Slowed him down a lot.
Yeah, injuries played a role, but he was still playing 60 games, 58 games, 51 games. Like, this is not a small amount of games, right? And then last year he played 29 games, 11 wins, 11 losses, 912 save percentages again. So now Detroit has him. So if he can maintain the 912, that'd be the best goalie they've had in quite a while.
Very long time.
9-12 and only 29 games. So we'll see.
Chris Osgood.
Look, they still have Cam Talbot.
Hasek.
Yeah.
Remember when they had Hasek?
They still have Cam Talbot, and there's a lot of back-to-back games. So they don't need him to play 60 games or 55 games. I think this is going to end up being a 1A, 1B if they want to maximize the efficiency of Gibson and Talbot.
I think it can't for them to make the playoffs. The Gibson needs to get his 50 games in.
Yeah, but that's because you think Gibson's going to be Gibson of 2015-16.
No, but
It's not because he went to Detroit he's going to be great.
Gibson better than anybody else they had last year.
I don't think it's that much of a big difference.
You don't
Their
think
goaltending tandem put together is $8.9 million, and John Gibson's at 6.4. That could be fair if he's around 9.
I think their
10
goalie
save percentage.
tandem is better, which is why they'll get more wins. But it doesn't mean that Gibson's gonna be a star. I just think if they manage their games played amongst the two of them, then they'll be better off as a team than if they give Gibson 50 games.
But we're not saying that Gibson has to be a Vezina finalist. He just has to be better than the goalies they had in the past 3 years, which he definitely could with his eyes closed. So this is why people are talking about Detroit being the team that pushes themselves into the playoffs, because they finally patched a huge hole that they had for the past 3-4 years.
2 years ago, Talbot played 54 games, he had 913 save percentage and 2.48 goals against average
With LA.
with LA.
It's a difference of a team there.
Oh yeah, you're right. I thought he had 2
Yeah.
seasons with Detroit.
Huh?
Look, his number 912
Shows you don't
compared to
listen-
901,
Shows you
whatever.
don't listen to the wifey when she talks to you about Detroit.
Talking about, I'm gonna bring it back to the power play a bit because we kind of went through it a little bit quickly.
Go, Nick.
Raymond, Larkin, Kane,
The Brinkat.
the Brinkat, Cider.
Jesus.
It's easy to say that you want to own this top power play unit, right?
Yeah, because after when you see the second power play, you know that this one's going to be playing 1:45.
Yeah, well, absolutely. When you have Bergen, JT Comfer, Marco Casper, Emmett Finney, and Gustafsson, I think you're absolutely right on that. I just wish they could bring up Sandin Pellikka. Like, it would make this team, for me, it would cement them as a
I'm
top
with,
three
I'm
team
with
in the
Junior.
division.
I think they're going to give him a nice full year in the AHL and then really bring him up and see what he can do.
Guys, I'm positive though for Detroit this year. I'm feeling good for Detroit this year.
And the thing with Detroit is positivity this year, and the prospect pipeline is not bad. And I think because of the prospect pipeline, they can bring in a big player to fill up that top 6 role if they need to. I mean, we can agree Axel Sandin Pellikka is not getting traded. I mean, he's their number 1 prospect. He ain't getting traded. But after that, at 2 and 3, and this is where the interesting part is, at 2 and 3, they have Trey Augustine and they have Sebastian Kosa, 2 goalies. Now, you have Gibson, you signed him on a 3-year contract. So the Gibson's there for 3 years.
They signed him
So-
to an extension or
Or no, I think he still has.
He still had, I think.
okay.
yeah. So I think this is where you decide: do we
2
keep,
seasons?
do we keep Augustine or do we keep Kosa? And if not, do we trade one? Can one of these be a trade
Chip.
chip to bring in a top 6 caliber forward?
Goalies don't usually fetch that kind of return unless your name is Wallstad or. But I mean, Trey Augustine has a name to himself. Maybe.
Kosa was 15th overall. They picked him. So, and he had a decent season in the AHL. So, their AHL team is going to be. I think Augustine and Kosa are going to be their goalies.
The next guy I really like on their team.
Yeah. So the next guy is the guy they drafted this year, Carter Bear. They drafted him 13th overall. And then their 5th guy, 15th overall. So as you can see, Detroit had a few bad seasons back to back to back to back.
A few mediocre seasons
Yeah.
because they keep drafting in
Like
that middle of the
mid-range.
pack
Yeah.
first round. But they
So-
kept their first round picks, which is big.
Yeah. So Michael Branzing Nygaard, right winger, 19 years old, is having a good preseason. But he once again a right winger, and then I think this is the one guy that maybe they're disappointed in so far is Nate Danielson. They picked him 9th overall, centerman. But I mean, if you guys are into the AHL, go watch the Grand Rapid Griffins because these guys are all playing there. So I mean, their pipeline is solid. They're getting there, and it'll be interesting. And now you have Marco Casper, Lucas Raymond, who are also under 24, who are playing on the team already, and Emmett Finney. So I mean, the Yzerman plan needs to show now. This year needs to show the Yzerman.
Yeah,
plan.
I think their door is opening. Can we say that? Can we say that they're
Creeping open.
creeping open? Yeah.
creeping.
They're not really there yet.
Nah, they need some work on the back end.
They need to get rid of Sherrod. They need to
but this
get
year,
rid
you
of.
don't think this year they can make a
Gustafsson?
push? At least be.
Oh, they'll fight for a playoff
Yeah.
spot. Yeah, they'll fight
Like,
for a playoff
to me,
spot.
for
I'm just
them-
saying for an open window, they need help on the back.
Well,
Yeah.
even in the top.
Their offense is very
Yeah.
well. Is very good. Their top six is very
Because
good.
like the prospects you said, none of them are projected to be stars. They're all
Sandy
projected
Pellikka's
middles.
close.
Yes, except for him. But I'm saying forward wise, Branson Nygaard, that's a good top six guy.
Even
Carter Bear
Augustine.
projects to be top six
but
guy.
If you have,
But they're voodoo the goalies. Like Costa too, we thought he
Yeah,
would be like
yeah.
Augustine, and then
But
like now we're
but
saying
if
that
you
about
have,
Augustine.
Yeah.
you already have Lucas Raymond as your stud up front.
Well,
So
Marco Casper is
Casper
very
was-
young as well.
so I
I just feel like Casper, Bear, Nygaard, Danielson, they're all the same
Yeah,
tier.
the-
There's no Raymond
Yzerman
there.
tends to, and he's right there.
Mm.
Yzerman tends to draft two-way players.
Yeah.
And because of the thing he's lifting, I mean, you gotta respect what he's.
And it's been out there. It's not for a lack of trying, but they tried to bring in players, free agents, and even
Yeah,
via
that
trade.
was
They,
tough.
they were in on Marner. They didn't want to come. I think they were gonna go after Tavares, but he signed to Toronto. So a few
trying to
times I'm
make
missing a
things
couple of
happen,
guys,
yeah.
but he tried, and they just
Yeah, I think for this team to become better, they're missing that one piece maybe. And maybe free agency is not the way to get it for them. They just have to keep drafting well and hoping these guys develop, right?
or make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then people, they
Yeah,
might
more
want to join.
people are gonna wanna join, yeah.
It's winning, man. It's all about winning.
Yeah. Guys, over unders for the trillions and billions and millions of nobodies that listen to this podcast. We are here to do the most exciting segment. Do the most exciting segment, and then we're gonna have a little break.
Yeah.
Let's start with the over unders. Dylan Larkin, 75.5 points. Over under. I'm gonna start with Vince this time because I started with Junior last time. So Vince, 75.5 points. Dylan freaking Larkin.
75.5 points. I am gonna go if they're. I feel they're gonna be making a big push to playoffs, so I'm gonna go with the overall.
Slightly under.
What do you have him at, Junior?
73.
All right. That is slight. Lucas Raymond, 32.5 goals. People tell me that he could do more than that. Please, Vince.
Yeah. Last year was a good year for him. 27 goals, 53 assists, 80 points. The highest goal total he got was 31. But yeah, I think he can hit the over on that one.
Oh, what was it?
31.5. 32.5, sorry.
Under.
Under 32.5? Okay, where do you have him?
29.
We just broke Nick's heart.
Still a point per game player, just a little bit less goals.
Okay. Alex the Brinkat, 34.5 goals. Vince,
Alex the Brinkat,
34.5 goals.
34.5 goals. 34.5 goals. 34.5 goals. I'm gonna go under.
All right. He is a bit of a streaky player. Sometimes he could do more, but it's very hard to predict with the Brinkat.
Slightly under.
What's slightly to you?
33.
All right. That's very slightly. Patrick Kane, 64.5 points. This is a points line here. Junior has him at 64. Vince,
No. Close.
I'll have him. I have him over.
you have him over 64 points, all right?
Over 64.
63, just under. Literally slightly under. It's
Just a bit outside.
a bit outside.
Moritz Sider, 49.5 points. Vince.
50, 42, 42, 46. Give me the over.
Slightly under. 45.
Okay. All right. That's more slightly than
Like
Well, what did you have him at?
49.5.
Oh, 49. Yeah, no, I got him under.
All right. All right. And that does it for the trillions and millions and billions and nobody. Blah, 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 blah.
Do you guys think Sider hits double digits goals? He hasn't done it yet. But if he's gonna get if Sandin Pelika doesn't make the team,
If Sandy Palika doesn't make the team, that's
they
where
need
I
him to
see that
be
it's
like 10, 11
possible that
goals.
he could hit 10 goals. One thing's for sure, though, is that Edvinson has a possibility
Exactly.
of starting to steal some power play time, and I think it was
Victor
Dauber, Victor Nuno, and he was talking to Keeping Carlson boys, and he was mentioning Edvinson as a possible guy that takes over power play until Sandin Palika
Well, look,
comes in.
if you see the-
So it's going to be interesting.
He played 78 games last year and only averaged 23 seconds of power play.
But he
Right.
had 7 goals.
But
No, I'm saying, like, is he gonna really take over? Is he a threat really to take over for Sider on the power play? Gustafsson got more power play time.
Yeah, but Edvinson, was that his rookie season?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Now it's year 2.
Yeah.
You never
Look,
know.
if they struggle, they're gonna have to try something.
It'll be interesting. This team will be very interesting to follow.
Bold takes.
predictions.
Bold predictions.
Bold takes.
Nick, you go first.
For the spicy and the bold and the bold nacho Dorito sauce.
Put some oomph in it, Nick. Put some.
That is my oomph. I could go for some Doritos. If you want to be a sponsor, by the way,
Doritos
Just
for our
reach out.
spicy hot takes.
at Partial Break Pod, Doritos.
What is it, Nick?
Vince, do you want to start with your bold take?
Would you be happy with a lifetime supply of Doritos by just having them sponsor this segment?
No, it's not good for my health. I don't know about that. I'm getting old, Junior. There's I have to eat like bland chicken right now.
Bold prediction is
Barely salted.
Bold prediction is
Soon I'm gonna have
Lucas Raymond. 40 goals.
woo! I like it. Junior, bold take.
My bold take is gonna be
Gibson winning the Vezina.
Talbot being the starter. No. Soderblom is gonna hit 20 goals.
Oh,
Wow, that's big.
so you're thinking that he's gonna hit
He's
that
gonna
top
be the guy
6? Like
that's
he's gonna
gonna-
go into that, sneak into the top 6?
Nice.
Enough that he could get close.
I like it.
Nick?
I like it. Well, I'm gonna go with Edvinson. 10 goals.
Oh, hit 7 last year. Nice.
Okay, that's
Hold
pretty
on.
good, considering not much power play time. That's pretty good.
10 goals. I'm not finished.
Oh.
And
35 assists.
for a total of
45 points.
Nice.
top 20 in the freaking league.
Top 20 in the league. Edvinson. Simon Edvinson. He has to stay healthy to do that.
No, he
That's-
played 78 games
17
last year.
so
No, I know. He's just a little bit injured now, so just keep an eye on it. But yeah, I think that does it for our bold takes and our
Yeah, you guys,
Detroit Red Wings. Do we make it playoffs?
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 I think so. Guys, I know where Montreal.
I think with Florida,
I don't
I think
know.
they're the other wild card team.
Yeah.
I think they're the other wild card.
I think they take.
It's gonna
Montreal's
be
spot.
a battle, man.
Yeah, I think
It's gonna be an interesting year. guys.
Detroit, Ottawa, Montreal, Columbus,
I-
Rangers.
I have Ottawa in. I think it's gonna be between Rangers and Detroit for that final spot. I could be wrong.
Guys, this is not looking good for Montreal. All right. That does it for the Detroit Red Wings. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned for a word from our sponsor.
NFL fans, what's your favorite touchdown? For me, it's the next one. Because DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, every touchdown could bring you closer to cashing in. From first touchdown score to anytime TD props or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. So if you want to take a look at the lines for the Monday Nighters, you're in luck because there are 2 games tomorrow night. The Jets at the Dolphins. The Dolphins are currently favored at -2.5. Or if you're not comfortable with that and you want to take a look at the Bengals Broncos, the favorites are the Broncos at home at -7.5 points. Do your research, have a look, and bet what you think is right as long as you can afford it. Here's the best part. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Look, DraftKings is not available in Quebec, which is where I'm from, so I can't use it. But in the event that it does come available, I would definitely sign up, especially with the code THPN. Your team hitting pay dirt pays out to you. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit cpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Minimum minus 500 odds required. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gambling resources, see dkng.co/audio. Moving on to the final team. Team 32 of our team previews. We cannot tell you how excited we are to finally be over with the team previews.
But we saved the best for last, maybe, Ottawa Senators fans.
It's going to be intriguing. I think we're going to have different opinions on this one. But here, let's start by finding out who was in and who's out. Who's gone? Adam Gaudette, who I chased on the waiver wire too many times last year and obviously failed. But so Adam Gaudette is gone, Anton Forsberg, Travis Hamonic, Matthew Highmore, and Angus Cruikshank. Basically, they didn't lose much. And who's in? Well, they got the vet, Lars Eller, Jordan Spence, a nice addition on the back end, Arthur Kaliev, who's intriguing, and Oli Leixel, who likely won't see the NHL, at least not this year. Interesting team, the Ottawa Senators, who did in fact make the playoffs last year, right? And they played the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first round. Give them a hard time. Let's be honest, it wasn't easy. They made it through. The Maple Leafs made it through, I should say. But they're a team that's trending upwards. And have they done enough to take the next step? Is the question, and we're going to find out by looking at their top six right away.
Well, you have Brady Tkachuk, who basically not only the leader of this team, but the heart and soul of this team. This guy might not be a high point producing player for fantasy, but if your league counts hits and blocks and penalty minutes and shots, he does pretty much everything. Stützle is their highest talented player, where he is offensively gifted, a little bit of a diver, but whatever. Tim Stützle is a top line center in this league and deserves to be so. So let's give him his dues. Claude Giroux is the veteran on that line who basically comes in to take some face-offs as well out of Stützle's hands. And there's another veteran in David Perron, who's there on the second line with Dylan Cozens and Drake Batherson. Now, their third line is not too shabby with Ridley Gregg, Shane Pinto, and Fabian Zetterlund. Some of these are interchangeable. I'm just using Daily Faceoff right now in order to give you the names here. Like anybody that I mentioned on that third line might easily come into that second line if somebody gets injured, and they might not even miss a beat. There's a reason why this team is considered like a playoff team. They have a lot of depth, and I love that center depth. Tim Stützle, Cozens, Pinto, Giroux could come in if it's needed. They have quite, and Lars Eller could even move up if needed. So they have quite a bit on the center ice position, which is a great way to build a team. Jake Sanderson has really come out on the defense.
Yeah.
He had a coming out party last year. He's continuing to do very, very well. And the other point-producing defenseman is Chabot. And you just mentioned that they added Jordan Spence maybe for that third line to provide a little bit of puck moving to help out.
Now they have a puck-moving defenseman on every pairing.
That's right, exactly. And like this top six is this top six D core and this top six forward core, even top nine forward core, I would say is very, very good.
Did you guys hear how they differentiate Cousins and Cousins?
Yeah.
No.
Rich Coles, poor Coles.
Yeah,
That
makes
came
sense.
from their coach.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Look,
It's pretty funny.
you know, I man, they're gonna hate me.
They're ready.
We just spoke of the Detroit Red Wings.
Mhm.
Their second line: Marco Casper, DeBrincat, and Patrick Kane. We're comparing it to Cousins, Giroux, and Perron.
Oh, Batherson
Not-
would be there.
Batherson would be there. I still think it's night and day. Detroit has the better second line.
I don't know.
Well, Coles-
I think the
Batherson-
overall depth is Ottawa, but I think their offensive punch. I kind of like Detroit better.
The only thing that scares me is that Cousins doesn't tend to put a lot of points up.
But he also played with Buffalo, so maybe a new change of scenery. Well, on this team, he needs to put up more points than he's been putting up Buffalo. That's for sure.
He's also entering his prime at 24,
Yeah, exactly. So,
like almost 25.
But to say,
He had one. It was the outlier, and obviously it came on a contract year. But he had 68 points in 81 games.
Mm.
Since then, he's paced 449, and he had 47 points last year in 82 games. With a mix of Buffalo and Ottawa. Look, since he went to Ottawa, I think he played 22 games in Ottawa, and he finished with 16 points, which is not bad, not bad at all on a new team. So we'll see if he can continue that trend this year. I'm just saying, like, I don't see that offensive punch there as I did, let's say, with the Red Wings that we just previewed.
I like their skeleton. I like down the middle what they have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stutzel,
that's
Cousins,
good.
Pinto, Eller, a good face-off guy at the fourth line. I think that's a very, very good.
They were 11th on the power play last year in power play point percentage.
Sorry, you mentioned Batherson maybe being on that line. So who's on the first line?
Well, Giroux would move down to the second line maybe, or they keep Giroux on the first line and move Batherson to the second line and Zetterlund to the third.
Mm.
Right? Like Batherson is a good player, man. He puts up.
he just needs to
puts
stay
up
healthy.
points. Yeah.
68 points in 82 games. Not too shabby.
But he had a good connection with Cousins last year when he joined the team.
Yes, and that's why I was saying he was the second line. Yeah.
So how were their stats looking? Like power play 11th, penalty kill 19th, shots per game. So they shoot a lot, 8. Their save percentage 8, which is
All mark. Yeah.
mark.
We're gonna talk about goalies later.
Yeah, so basically the middle of the pack, but they need to improve if they wanna, and with these numbers they made it to
The playoffs.
yes, but
Wild
the
card.
wild card.
I have a question for you guys.
So that power play needs to improve. Then that penalty kill needs to improve.
I have a question for you guys. Would you consider maybe Pinto as a center and Stützle on the left? So you would have, or Stützle on the right. You would have Kachuk, Stützle, let's say, and Pinto, and then you can have Batherson, Cousins, and Giroux.
But
now,
then
now you're looking at like, oh, okay, well, it's a much better top 6, as opposed to spreading it out on top 9.
Nah.
I like Stutz on the middle.
he could create more in the middle.
Yeah, and if anything, you have Giroux on the line that can play in the middle and play face-offs on his offside. So I like their depth. They could roll 4 lines easy during the season.
Look, their top power play unit, according to Daily Faceoff again, was Brady Tkachuk, Dylan Cousins, Stützle, Jake Sanderson, Robert Giroux, Claude Giroux. I don't know why I said Robert.
What in the
is
world,
Robert?
Carl?
Robert Thomas. Second wave had Pinto, Chabot, Greg, Batherson, Perron, Zetterlund, right? Like they have players. Like I know you're saying that their top 6 isn't great, but they have players, and they all play specific roles. And it feels like this team's like the role players really know where to put their time. Like Cousins is great in front of the net on the power play. Brady Tkachuk, great along the boards on the power play. Tim Sousa creates from the sideboard. Sanderson, excellent quarterback. Right? Giroux's kind of that vet that could do a little bit of everything, but maybe Batherson comes in there, right? So,
Batherson, almost half of Batherson's points came on the power play.
yeah, he's a big power play.
I just feel this team smelt the power of the playoffs last year, and they're gonna come out this year wanting it again. So
A lot of that is going to depend on the health of their number one goalie.
yeah, definitely.
Because Allmark, when he's on, he's on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's one of the best when he's on. But too many times, I feel that he tends to either get hurt or he's not 100%. And last year, I felt that a lot. Like, I kept hearing about Allmark being injured and Allmark not performing at his best because he was injured. He still ended up very, very well, by the way.
Yeah.
910 save percentage, 61% quality start percentage. Only played 44 games, though, right? So,
But his backup came out of who I'm
That's
guessing earned the spot as a backup this year.
A revelation.
Yeah, Levy Marilainen.
say it again. Levi
Marilainen.
Marilainen.
Levi, it's two E's.
Levy
someone-
Marilainen. Anyways,
All right,
Marilainen is the last name.
12 games played, 8 wins, 3 losses, 3 shutouts, 1.99 goals against, 0.926 save percentage.
It's a very
Yeah.
small sample size.
Very
No,
small,
100%. But this
He
was
played
what-
important games,
yes,
though.
he played important games and went on that
Yeah.
hot streak that pushed them into that playoffs. But he's gonna be the wild card. Is that if Allmark does get injured or if Allmark needs a day off, can he repeat what he did last year? And if he could, I mean, Ottawa is in a very good position.
Yeah, I mean, Marilainen has played 14 games total in the NHL.
Mm.
It's hard to put all my hopes and my dreams behind him. I think Allmark being healthy is going to be very
Yeah.
important for this team to make the playoffs.
You're gonna need Allmark to play 50 to 55 games, right, on this team?
I would think so.
Oh, look, if they keep the sample size small for Levi or Levi Marilainen, then that means Allmark is playing, like you said, 50 to 55 games, and then he should be able to sustain half decent numbers on a smaller sample.
Yeah. All right.
Listen, prospects wise, they have a stud in the back already in Jake Sanderson, and then they have one in their prospect pipeline in Carter Yakmechuk. I don't think they're gonna rush him this year. I think he had his cup of tea, but I think they're gonna try to progress him to the AHL. The second one is Marilainen, their goalie, 23 years old, 71st overall. He was picked in 2020. After that, they have another defenseman, Logan Hensler, who will be
drafted this year,
playing-
This year.
This year, so he'll be playing at the University of Wisconsin. Stephen Halliday plays in the AHL. Jorian Donovan. I mean, the thing with Ottawa is their prospects are basically in their lineups right now.
Yeah.
They have a very young team.
Yeah.
They're all between the ages of 23 and 28.
So like
And sprinkled a little bit of vets
Yeah.
in there.
Stutzel is 23, turning 24. Jake Sanderson, 23, turning 24. Kachuk, 26. Shane Pinto, 24, turning 25. Greek, like they're basically their prospects are all playing on their team right now. So this
Very
is
young
where-
team.
Yeah, it's a very young team, not as young as Montreal. Obviously, they're the youngest, but like Nick said, they sprinkled some. I like the Fabian Zetterlund pickup with them because he can come in and he proved he can score. He also proved that he can go on cold streaks, but I think he's a nice fit to this team.
All right. For the billions.
billions.
And the trillions. What's the quadrillions? Is that the thing?
I'm
No?
not
Let's
there
not get
yet.
excited.
I'm still at trillion. I didn't get to the
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. We're talking about fleas, right?
Monopoly money.
Monopoly money.
I own Parkway and all the blue.
Over under for the Ottawa Senators. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off with the best player on this team offensively, Tim Stützle. 81.5 points. Junior, I want you to start here. Slightly under. Okay.
Over.
Oh.
Over.
What do you have Stützle at this year?
83.
Nice. Very nice. Point per game and more.
Yeah.
Over.
Over as well. Very nice. All right, Ottawa fans. At Partial Break Pod, please like and subscribe.
We're actually on your side today.
This year, we are more on their side than we were last year.
Yeah,
Drake Batherson.
Ooh.
29.5 goals, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have more over or under 29.5 goals? Can he hit 30?
So Drake.
Over.
Over 30. Yeah.
I got 30 on the nose.
Like and subscribe, please.
26, 28, 22. All 82 games. Gonna go under.
A lot of mouth movement there, but we're going over?
No, under.
82 games 3 years in a row?
Yeah.
Why do
26,
why do I
28,
feel like he was practically a Band-Aid boy? He's healthy, the guy.
Well, that's because you had a bad opinion about the team that you didn't like. And now all of a sudden you like them. Just like flip-flopping like your underwear.
What?
Changing your mind like you change your underwear. All right. Not Matthew, but Brady Kachuk. 69.5 points. Over, under, Junior.
Over.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna smash the over.
If he doesn't get hurt at the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash the over.
Nice, nice.
Smashing the over. That's like point per game smash?
Yeah, 75 to 8.
Holy.
Really?
75 to
I
8.
think
Okay,
so.
that's not so
Okay.
bad.
All right. Dylan Cozens.
This guy.
Not Nick Cousins. Dylan Cozens.
The rich guy.
49.5 points, Junior. 49.5 points.
I got the over.
You got the over on
Oh,
that?
yeah.
You,
yeah.
Junior's in love with Ottawa
My
this year,
God.
guys.
Yeah. That's an over for me.
you have to go over. I mean, 47 points, 68 points, but yeah. And
I have him a bit high here, actually. I need to reduce it.
A full year with Ottawa, I truly believe this is an over.
Last one. Jake Sanderson. 58.5 points. This guy is a top 15 defenseman year in, year out. I think for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Over under 58.5 points. Junior.
He's going to be in the top 10 in points. Over.
Yeah, definitely over.
Over, and I would say over as well there, and that does it for the trillions
And billions.
billions and millions.
Until we find out what's
Over
going on in
unders
trillions.
is done. Guys, time for our bold takes, and I hope that these remain spicy and Doritos and bold, and
Wow,
please
you-
sponsor us.
Bag of Doritos when you go home, won't you?
You know what? I don't have chips at home because my wife doesn't buy because she knows that
Because
it's a little bit risky. I gotta lose some weight, I guess.
we're
bold
all in the
takes.
same boat except for Junior.
Yeah, well, Junior's a twig. He also works out very, which me and you do not. Vince,
Yeah,
bold takes.
you ready for it?
I'm ready for your bold
I
take.
don't think you're ready for it. You ready for it?
Are we gonna play a song here?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Are you ready for it? Tim Stutzel, 100 points.
All right, that's bold. That's bold. Junior, bold take.
Fabian Zetterlund. 25 goals.
Ooh, that's pretty spicy.
See?
That's pretty not quite Stützle 100, but it's
Because
it's
I think
spicy.
they're going to need scoring, a bit more scoring on that second line or that top line, depending on who they put where. There's a spot for him on that top six. He's going to earn it, and he's going to get points.
I know you guys are all waiting for me to say that Olmark is going to win the Vezina because that seems to be my thing every single team preview that we've done this
But
year.
you prepared the glasses, so I don't know, Nick. I'm excited now.
But-
As you see, Ottawa's going to win the division for crying out loud.
I would say that you, my friend, had the best bold take,
Oh,
Bam!
but I still say Jake Sanderson 70 points this year.
that's like top six-ish.
Top 5. I have him in the top 5 this year.
You can't see nothing with
I
these
love
glasses,
Jake Sanderson
except for my nose.
this year.
No, every year he's gonna be a stud. He's a stud.
Okay, guys, quickly, where do you have Ottawa finishing in this division?
It's a fight. They're gonna fight for a wild card, maybe flirt with the third seed. They're gonna be in the mix. It's gonna be a mess.
Second.
You have them second.
Tampa Bay, Ottawa.
Tampa,
Ottawa.
Ottawa,
Because of the Barkov injury, Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah. And then Florida. And then it's either Rangers or Detroit.
Interesting. Habs fans at Vince DB. No, well, that does it, guys. Ottawa Senators
What do
making
you
the
have them?
playoffs. I have them third in division.
Okay.
Not a wild card team this year. I think they're a playoff team this year. A lot of it is going to depend on Allmark staying healthy, but I really have them up there.
I think it's gonna be more wild card than top 3.
They were
Can't
wild
wait.
card last year.
What? So like
They
only gotten
they
better.
didn't do much better. They didn't add. They didn't lose. They're the same team.
Anderson a year older, Stusel a year older.
we got one more episode before the season starts.
We got two more episodes before the season starts. Yes.
In the meantime, register to our
Listener League, the Pebble PBLL.
Download, subscribe. Just download. Just download.
Like, subscribe, download, have fun, guys. Thank you very much for the team previews, guys. Everybody, they're finally finished. Very, very excited that the team previews are done. But,
the fun starts in just about
few weeks.
We're almost there, man.
10 days.
Yeah.
10 days or so, no?
Oh,
Or 2 weeks.
And next episode we'll know all the cuts. We'll know who makes the team. So it'll be interesting.
It's October.
Maybe we'll have some official standings predictions
It is October.
to hand out.
It's October.
Have a great night.
October,
peeps.
baby. Have a good week.
We spoke too much.